You're listening to the ReachCast show, your weekly stop for the latest and greatest in the Planetside 2 universe and its community.
Booyah! Welcome, everybody. This is Take 4, July 15th. You are listening to episode 42 of the ReachCast show. We are proud members of the Araxis Global Network and the Podcast Network. That is podcast with a K. I'm your host, Adam, a.k.a. Torkz, and with me tonight is my boy in blue, Tom, a.k.a. Noxx.
Hey, guys.
And my spandex-wearing buddy, Mark, a.k.a. Deringer.
Ooh, they're a little tight tonight.
Woo! Brought to you tonight by my Amazon shopping sprees this week, buying new hardware for myself and my PC that I'm wanting to build. And great listeners like you via Support the Show tab on ReachCastShow.com. So, if you want to help support us and not have to pay a dime, go to Amazon through our link and just buy whatever you're going to buy anyways. You don't have to spend an extra dime. Gives us like 1% or whatever you're going to buy so that we can send out dog tags each week and pay for the servers and pay for this and that. But you don't have to do anything other than that. So come on, help us out. This week we played with Devil Dogs, Nuck, Operation Elite Gaming, Das Anfall, and Imperial Reach. What's in store for the show tonight? We have GU12 for you. We have Battles of the Lasers and answers to why some people still play as Lone Wolf in a game that is clearly about outfits. Patch notes.
I'm going to get these mosquitoes in the air and rain down some hellfires on those fools. Oh no! What the f***? I should have listened to the ReachCast patch notes.
Well, as we predicted on last week's show, Game Update 12 did launch last week. And we're just going to fly through some of the new changes that came up with this pretty neat game update. So first off, they've increased the time between alerts across the board, and they're working on further refinements to the population requirements that govern the alert launches. Now, just to kind of talk about this one briefly, because a lot of people were expecting this one to come across, Noxx, I think you agreed with me that we haven't really noticed any change.
Oh, have I not noticed change? I mean, there's alerts on.
I notice alerts about the same time of the day that I play. If I play during the times that I see alerts, I still see alerts. If I play with times that I don't see alerts, I don't see alerts. At least in my experience, it hasn't changed. So,
yeah, I agree. I really haven't noticed much of a difference either. So I'm assuming there'll probably be further refinements to the pop requirements. Next up, recommended servers are now provided for each faction instead of having one set of suggested servers for all new players. Now, we did a interview with Das Anfall that will be coming out later this week, and we actually talked about this with them, and they saw some changes once these were put in place. So we'll save that for our interview with them.
Amazing.
My favorite part of Game Update 12, 3 new loadout tabs were unlocked for each class and vehicle as part of membership. These new member custom loadouts will lock again if you lose your membership or cancel it. However, the configurations are saved, so if you ever renew it, they will come back up and you'll be able to use them again. All these new loadouts are awesome. I am excited. I am happy. I can finally... I have so many guns on my heavy assault that for so many different situations that being stuck with just 3 loadouts was really hampering my playstyle.
Man,
hey, good for
you going to pay for the 4 additional loadout tabs that you can unlock?
Hell no.
How many people I
maybe.
need 12 loadouts for my guy? Like, there's no way I can just do like 3. Like, I need one for...
a lot of people can do it.
Really? I do. I couldn't...
well, here's what I'm going right now. On my heavy, I like to play with the SV88, and I like to play with the Lasher. And on top of that, I like to play with the S1, I like to play with the Lancer, and I like to use the Annihilator. I need 6 slots to cover all 3 of those for each situation.
Whatever works for you,
if I picked up another gun, like if I wanted to pick up an SMG to use, which I probably wouldn't on the heavy, but I've been playing with the NS15M now. I might throw up 3 configurations for that one too. Then I'd need 3 more as well. So I can see how somebody can use them.
You'd only need 2 more, wouldn't you?
Not if I want to use S1, Lancer, and Annihilator. All 3. That's 3 different. There's 3 different rocket launchers that I use as a heavy assault.
I'm an idiot.
So yeah, I'd need 3 of them. Granted, the Annihilator is kind of garbage.
So you might buy those. You might buy the other.
How much are they?
I didn't look.
I'm more.
No, wait. I think they're like 500 station cash each.
I'm more apt to buy your next item.
Yeah. I'm kind of that way too right now. But yeah, you can also buy 4 additional loadout tabs. So that's pretty cool if you want that many loadouts. There's also gold trim for the main battle tanks, which I looked at on the Mag Rider, and it's like really hard to see in the preview screen because it's not very well lit.
They changed it.
Oh, you can see it now?
You can see it now. It kind of looks like honeycomb.
Nice.
So, yeah, if you want to be a true boss and walk around with the gold trim, you better get your hands on some of that.
Honestly, I'm not too impressed with the gold trim.
Listen,
I may buy it.
You're
but,
toning it down. I'm trying to make it sound awesome here.
Yeah, well, I may still buy it. Granted, it's 1,000 station cash to get the gold trim, but I expected it to be more gold.
You wanted a just flat, shiny gold Mag Rider.
My Mag Rider to be OG over
Nice.
gold.
Yeah. I want to see like skulls like on pikes and stuff all over my main battle tank. Just roll around like there's just stuck skulls all over like a big like just roll
Bunch of sticks.
Oh yeah.
This isn't Warhammer 40K.
I want to see like Warhammer 40K tank. Like
but
they look over
listen,
like, oh my god.
That would make money for SOE.
Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing.
Idea.
Yeah. Be like a
Because
little,
I'd want to have skulls too.
like the battlement of
my
like a
shoulders to have skulls on my shoulders of my guy.
For
like
40K.
World of Warcraft
Listen.
shoulders, so like huge things on your shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. And they're going to be skulls. They're going to be Vanu skulls.
All right.
So you can also get some bumpers for your flash, and you can get those in gold too. And there are improved damage feedback for infantry. So this is when you're getting hit by infantry. You're getting hit by infantry projectiles, is what I was going to say. Enemy projectiles.
Yeah.
Clearly. I mean, if
Clearly.
you're getting hit with a tank projectile, you're probably not living very long. So who
Well,
cares about the feedback there?
depends on the projectile, yeah. So there's also some Fury changes for all you pansies out there farming with Furies. So they decrease the direct damage from 750 to 300.
Mega nerf.
Yeah,
Huge
huge. So you're not going to be seeing your harassers rolling around with these Fury spawning videos I'm seeing on YouTube constantly now, where it's, oh, look at this, I killed like 20 people with my Fury. That's supposed to be an anti-tank weapon. And resist type for the weapon has been improved against vehicles, which partially mitigates the damage decrease in direct hit damage. So time to reload has been increased from 2.5 seconds to 3. Small, but significant considering the fact that they're pretty much a spam weapon, it seems like, lately. When a soldier safe ejects out of a vehicle now, they will now play a Bale FX around them. So,
We're entitling this the Jenny Boo effects, right?
yeah, pretty much. Safe eject is any eject where you're not intended to take fall damage. So
It's gonna
Looks
be-
pretty cool
it's-
if you ask me.
I hear it's Jenny Boo's voice saying, "Damn it, guys!"
is that her voice? Damn it, guys!
That's my best impression.
So, Galaxy, I know it's good. I like the Galaxy's ESF with ejection seats, Liberators with ejection seats. So to repeat, this is all for intended ejections that you would not take fall damage, at least intentionally. That's when you'll see this FX go off. So there's also added text coming up, or added text has been put in that when you're in the range of a capture point that you cannot capture, you'll be signaled with text saying that you can't capture it because you don't have influence on it. So that's good.
You know, that's funny.
Rather
A lot
than
of-
wondering.
Well, a lot of people now are saying, "Why does it say that I can't capture this?"
'Cause you
it's
can't
confusing a lot
capture
of people. It's confusing a lot of people, and then they're like, "But we control everything," and they don't realize that if the enemy has a hack on a base that's connected to you, you can't cap a point, and it's confusing a lot of people. I think it's pretty funny.
Well,
Agreed.
what, they weren't confused when they just stood there wondering why the bar wasn't going?
No, because I
it's a
think
bug.
they just started running around and doing other things,
Oh,
and they didn't have that big red text in their face saying, "You can't capture this."
I'll admit, dude, there's a lot of people that do not read their text, like, outright. They just don't, and they just still wonder. I've saw it this week. Anyways, the improved vehicle damage feedback as well. So, go on, Deringer.
Next up, they also added new elements to the facility status panel, so you can find out what the state of the SCU is. So there's 4 different statuses: secure, vulnerable, overloaded, and destroyed. They all pretty much say what they are. There's also a new UI indicators when your vehicle, so you can see when your vehicle passengers are actually hitting enemies, and what it does is the number that person is kind of pulses, so you know they're actually hitting somebody. And then if a computer has less than 4 gig of memory, only the low texture quality will be available in the settings. And I thought that this was quite an interesting change, that they are forcing that lower texture quality on people. I kind of think 4 gig is probably enough to play the game on a higher setting. What do you guys think?
I think that it's a way of forcing people that are crying about frame rate problems to fix their crap.
So let's put it this way: if you're running less than 4 gigs on this game, let's classify you as a non-enthusiast, as far as and.
I think running a Windows 7 machine with less than 4 gigs, period, is silly.
No, I agree. What I'm trying to say is that if you're going to look at this market segment that runs this game on less than 4 gigs, chances are, 1, they didn't build the PC. 2, they aren't trying to go for high-quality gaming. And
they're probably also using built-in graphics.
Yeah, I mean, to optimize somebody's play experience by default, I don't see a problem with it. Maybe there's a situation here that I'm not thinking of, but if you're running a current today's model PC in any standard whatsoever with less than 4 gigs and you're gaming on it significantly, you're crazy. So,
I mean, they probably get a lot of complaints. Oh, my frame rate's terrible, and then they look it up, and it's like, well, you have a terrible computer. Yeah, it's going to be terrible when you're running 4 gigs and high quality textures. It's not going to run well.
This game's engine is not. This game's engine's pretty intensive. I mean, so it is what it is. But I think I like the change personally. It's good for people that wouldn't know any different. Honestly, it kind of helps them play in a way that would be more efficient for them.
They'll enjoy it more with a higher frame rate.
Yeah.
So they also added the ability to bring up the score screen while in the death screen. So that's pretty sweet, because I know I'd be dead. I'd be dead. They'd be like, oh, damn it.
I'd be the died.
I'd be died.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. They also unified the HUD and the map squad instant action deployment functionality. So they share the same timers.
Good.
Yeah, probably.
Eeyore, come on.
Sorry,
come on.
I mean, I think that is a good change. There's just, my brain is not functioning right now.
Your dog agrees.
Huh?
You don't. Nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, well, you can also double-click a loadout number from the equivalent or vehicle terminal, and it will now equip you with that loadout as well.
Beautiful. Okay, double-clicking a deployment location from the deployment list will now deploy you as well. So
Which did that for a long time, and I think they just finally put it in the notes.
See, I never knew it was even in there. I know you said that to me.
By accident several times.
Huh. All right. Facilities and outposts on Indar and Amrish now have Sunder no deploy zones. Basically, if you're in a Sunder and you're going to deploy, you'll see a red circle around where you can't deploy. And I like it. It's going to take some getting used to for those of us that play the game a fair amount to try to be efficient about where our placement is now, since you can't deploy inside a lot of bases now and next to points. So it's a good change for balance and battle flow, but it's going to take some getting used to. And there's a faction warp gate rotation, which confused the hell out of me, and I crashed into a no-fly zone as soon as I spawned. The first day.
You're no longer on the top.
Because I spawned, I'm like, oh, DDD, and I hit my afterburners. I'm like, oh crap, and then I die, not realizing why. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that at the time. So.
I'm sure you're not the only person.
I'm sure it happened more than once. Yeah, I would love to see. I want to see the metrics the day after, like how many people flew into the no-fly zone around the warp gate the day after one of those rotations.
That'd be really good. Actually, I'd like to see that too.
So
next time they do it, we should actually just sit on the observer cam for an hour and just watch.
That's a good idea. Like, what's happening? Oh, here comes another one. Flies right in, no deploy zone, blows up. Yeah. All right. Next one, Hotfix.
Yeah. Next up, there was a quick hotfix after the game update came out, and this was to fix the game-breaking things that they introduced. 3 of the biggest ones were that they had now allow prowlers to again deploy in the Sunder no deploy zone. So prowlers were not able to deploy, and it was really screwing people over that are trying to deploy their prowlers next to another prowler. They also fixed it so waypoints can be cleared again. At one point, if you right-clicked and tried to clear waypoints, it just would not work. It was getting very annoying for outfit leaders and things like that. And finally, the selected loadouts would now persist through death. A lot of just people complaining that they'd set their loadouts, they'd die, and then they'd be gone. So, again, it was just a quick fix to fix some of these broken things, and that was about it.
Cool. Okay, let's get on to community briefing.
Attention, soldiers! Get your butts in here for this week's community briefing.
So starting us out this week is F&O. They are back this week, and they had, I think I'm pronouncing this correct, as Drathmus, and he's a guy that makes a lot of YouTube vids for PS2, and some of his vids are pretty good. I looked at a couple of them, and they did a short interview with him, and he was kind of explaining what he uses to do his vids. He uses Sony Vegas, by the way. I think they have a free and a pro version, so if those of you out there looking for like a free software to do your final editing before it posts.
Newsflash, I use Sony Vegas.
Do you? Nice, I didn't know that. See, there you go.
I like it. And
aside from talking to Drathmus, which is that he's at Drathmus Gaming on Twitter if you want to check him out. They play with the squad, an open squad for F&O. There's some other good stuff. They talked about the cancer awareness campaign that what was the guy's name? You talked with him, Mark, this week.
Yeah, I actually played with him. I'll get into that later on the show, but his name's Echo 5 Romeo.
Okay. And then on top of it, there's one thing I noticed when they were talking about, they're going back and forth between people in the chat room for ideas for the game. There's one that stuck out to me that I saw, and that's a payload alert. So somebody in the chat room, and I can't remember his name, posted the idea, what about a payload alert where you go out and you collect these things, or you either take it back to a base or you collect them and hold them? And I like that idea. That gives another option to alerts that aren't just go capture biolabs, go capture this content. Yeah, I mean the inherent problem with some of those, as much as I like the new ones with AM stations and biolabs, is that dependent upon where they're already located before it starts, 2 hours isn't really necessarily enough to be able to alter the entire map to be able to make that possible. And biolab farms it's a good way to get certs. I'm not going to argue that, but it gets very stagnant after a while. So
whoever wins is the people that started with the most biolabs near their territory.
Yeah, normally that's the case. Well, normally that's the case. Now there are exceptions, but anyways, without arguing about,
true. I was making a false generalization.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I've been playing a lot of biofarm alerts recently, and Vanu seems to be winning quite a lot of them on Connery. And
well, I'm proud for
we don't hold a lot of them, so
proud for your spandex wearing brothers. But would you agree with me for a second on something? Do you agree that they get stagnant after a little bit, like biolab farms?
I never get tired of biofarms.
Then you are mindless, and you're a robot.
Really, it's just me. I like them. I like the back and forth that happens in a biolab, and I love camping and farming people as they're standing in the SCU. I found a great little spot that I can just fire my S1 repeatedly into the SCU and just get kills and kills and kills. I killed one max guy, the same max, 6 or 7 times in a row.
Sounds extremely boring.
I was waiting for the Deringer's a hacker tweet to come to me, or
Anyways, the payload, they gave out a payload idea where you go out and collect either, and they had this kind of similar thing in PS1, and Maggie, aka Luperza, talked about that's a good idea, and if you guys have ideas like this, or if you, part of our listening base, have ideas like this, go to the ideas and suggestions subforum on their official forums and kind of pose it to them there, and they can take it to the devs via that. So that's kind of your outlet for good ideas to the devs. So keep that in mind. And that's pretty much my summary of F&O this week.
Cool. Well, next is Command Center, the other show that Planetside 2 people do. That's the one with Higby and T-Ray, our favorite foul-mouthed friends. They swear all the time, let's be serious.
It's great. It's awesome.
Oh, excuse me. So, this episode of Command Center was pretty event. There's some really good information on it. And T-Ray gave out his phone number. and I in fact texted him.
Did you? I wrote it down, but I was afraid to text him.
Oh, I totally did. Are you kidding me?
Did he reply?
He did. He said, "What up?" And I asked him a question which will be relevant in just a little bit. But Game Update 12, they discussed that a little bit. They said it ended up not being very big because of the 4th of July holiday. A lot of people, probably took the week off like I did, especially being in lovely California. So, yeah, not a lot was on 12, but 13 will be bigger. They're going to have implants. Look for a post about this soon, what the implants are, how it'll all work. Then maybe, it's not 100%, the new Esamir changes will be out, which is moving the bases, sub-facilities, lattice, more cover for infantry, a lot of infantry changes, maybe the dome emitter shield. And then there will also be some experience changes, is what they said regarding it. So it'll be pretty, the experience changes are with the whole, sorry, my notes are all messed up, with the whole Game Up to 13. But
I'm interested in seeing what they're going to implement for experience changes.
yes.
I wonder if they're going to jack them down because people are gaining BRs too quickly.
No, I think they should be higher. I mean, either you need to earn more certs per experience or you need to earn more experience, because I really feel like the game fuels off of the vast majority of players being not paying customers. And
they need to give XP to the Bat Gunner or Liberator. Seriously, it's been a long-running problem.
Oh, that is definitely, yeah. Someone is sitting in that back gun when the other person's just bombing, needs to get points for covering.
Dude, I'll tell you what, I have run I don't know how many libs in the last 2 weeks, and I have never once seen a Bat Gunner and anybody that pulls them anymore.
No, it's all just two
why
people.
why
so just
bother?
swap the seat.
Yeah.
Since you don't have to get out and get in, you just swap the seat if you need to get in there.
Yeah.
Or people get clever and shoot air out of the sky with Daltons.
Oh yeah, or that, yeah, or the, yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of Dalton anti-air, and that's, or the shredder. So people pulling the shredders and do anti-air with that, and I don't know. There's something needs to be fixed with that. So
Liberators in general need a fix, if you ask me. But so yeah, I'm excited about Esamir. That's gonna be pretty sweet. I'm looking forward to the trees. So there will also be the NSSMG coming out. There will be new pistols and a referral program, which they said nothing about how it'll work. So we'll see. Maybe you get certs for referring people. That'd be kind of cool. Or station cash or something.
I wonder how that's going to work. It's interesting. Well, I'm going to take over from here, and they also talked a bit about MLG Anaheim. They showed a video that flickered in and out and gave people epileptic seizures as they were watching it. Am I right?
Yeah.
It was almost unwatchable. They did showed how Noxx, TIW, Future Crew all came out to represent themselves, and they showed little snippets of them talking with Maggie and stuff like that about how they were playing. What's funny about that is T-Ray said that they all sucked. So...
Yeah. He was taking a giant dump on all of them.
But the one thing that we did take away from this is that Higbee made sure that he said, let everybody know that War Report and this kind of stuff that they showed at MLG Anaheim is not going to be indicative of what competitive PlanetSide 2 will actually look like when all is said and done. So it kind of makes me wonder why they're really focusing on MLG so much if it's not going to be anything that they're currently doing, So, either way, I'm still sitting back and waiting to see what they actually roll out on, give us some real information on how it's going to actually be handled. Next up, they did some talk about SOE Live. I'm happy to report that T-Ray did buy an extra Speedo for Higbee for SOE Live, so perhaps they both will show up in Speedos. T-Ray's Speedo was a bit smaller than he was hoping. He described it as a banana hammock. And Higbee suggested he get a special wax. And I think we have some...
You got to get the baseball special, bat, balls, and dugout.
No, not going to happen.
Huh?
Let's take some questions.
Why not?
I'd never heard the baseball special before.
Yeah, I like that. Bat, balls, and dugout.
The text I asked him, I was like, did you see the Sack and Crack special?
Yes,
man.
we did find a a
$85.
waxing place in Las Vegas called Box that does a sack and crack special for $85. So, T-Ray, if you're looking for that, it is out there. You don't have to do it beforehand.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing all you guys out at SUE Live.
I'm not looking forward to see anything that has to do with T-Ray and a speed.
No, not T-Ray and,
I
not T-Ray and
like
Speedo. I'm just talking about people in general. I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys out there. I know we have a lot of people that we met doing interviews and other stuff coming out, so it should be fun. And if you guys get a chance to make it out to Vegas for August, beginning of August, 1st through
Guess what? Anything you're saying right now, it's too late for them.
Yeah, it's too late.
Who knows? What's his name? Hadn't even planned like the flight yet. I mean, we're talking.
Today's the last day you can buy tickets for it.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
It's
Okay.
the last day for online registration. I don't know. Is there going to be any kind of?
I'm sure you can buy it at the
Or
door
get
if you wanted
Show up
to.
at the door, maybe.
Yeah, why not? I mean, really, you think they're going to turn people away if they want to
I
pay?
don't know.
I doubt it.
What happens if I scalp my pass?
No. I hope you don't do that.
You guys going to be able to do the live show without me?
Not gonna scalp your. Oh, guys, $150. I lost all my money gambling.
Yeah.
Well,
It would take all of 2 minutes to do that.
Get
Yeah.
150 and go to the Pai Gow table with Higby.
Oh, no. I'm
Blow
going
it
to play
all
some Pai Gow with Higby while we're there, though.
You can't, not if you're not in this thing, not in Planet Hollywood. I bet he's gonna play there.
It's going to be an
Yeah.
underground game in his room. What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're going to roll up to the room. We're going to do it there. Yeah. Underground Pai Gow.
So the final thing for SOE Live is that they did say that they have over 152 Planetside 2 people confirmed already. So I really think that we were talking about this beforehand. Noxx, what does this mean for Maggie's tattoo?
I don't know. We haven't heard any numbers for the EQ community.
You know,
150 seems kind of low if you think about it.
Yeah, I'm thinking that EQ has it beat.
Yeah,
I guess
because
I should be
EQ
looking
next.
for tattoo parlors for Maggie too while I'm
Yeah.
at it for
She's got to get that
Wax
new
place
Softy
T-Ray.
tattoo. Yeah, we
Right.
gotta get T-Ray waxed, Maggie a tattoo.
Yeah, should be
We're gonna
good.
desecrate the entire Planetside 2 dev team.
No, get Higby's hair shaved. Yeah, same time while we're there. Honestly, out of those 150, I think I heard that 40 of those 150 are all devil dogs.
Oh, there's a lot of devils.
Yeah, they're like 40 people, and I was like, that's
the list I've
astounding.
seen on their forums is pretty huge.
Yeah, that's astounding to me that you're having that. Almost a third of the people going are all one outfit. That just blew my mind.
Well,
So-
don't forget when we watched the event last year, weren't they yelling in the audience?
Oh yeah, yeah,
So I'm not surprised they're going to do it again.
yeah. All right.
Yeah. So I'm coming back. They talked about cribs. They had the cribs with Brent Rambo, who's VS on Matherson. He's the executive director of technology for SOE. And his setup, it might not have been quite antithesis level, but man, was it nice. Two 30-inch monitors, a 60-inch LCD, and then he has a music streaming server to pipe audio to all parts of the house. And a switchboard for all of that stuff, too. It's pretty awesome. So, it was pretty nice. It was clean. It wasn't too much. It was good. So, they also had a video. He's apparently famous for, he was like him as a child giving a thumbs up. It's pretty funny. So, I don't know where it's from or anything, but he was using a computer and like thumbed up.
Yeah, it's him for a promo video for Apple's desktop products in the 90s.
Oh, is that what it's for?
Yeah. Yeah, it's him using an Apple computer and then throwing the thumbs up.
Nice. I didn't know what it was for. It's awesome. So, they also decided this episode that a future episode of Command Center is going to be Lego themed. So, you guys need to go ahead and make your Lego creations and submit pictures of them so that they can make a Lego themed fan spam segment, and I'm actually really interested in seeing this. And they had a special request, if you guys don't watch it and you want to do this, to make a Higby bust. So maybe model it after Teen Wolf in honor of his old hair.
I'm sure Level Cap already has one made.
Yeah, they said they really want to see what Level Cap has to do because he's got a wall of Legos.
Didn't they say he's going to make a full-size BFR or something?
Oh yeah, they said the joke that he's gonna make a life-size BFR. has a lot of Legos. So, yeah, you guys should participate in that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. There's not going to be any prizes or anything, but still. So then there was a Q&A session, and some pretty good questions were asked. They asked about the Infiltrator changes, which should come out Game Update 14, as well as outfit decals. Those will be planned for 14 or 15. I know a lot of people have been asking about that a lot. They are constantly analyzing player populations, especially now with the new server recommendation system. And they plan on using that, waiting a few days, maybe a few weeks, to determine if they need to do more in order to help out server populations. Then, Deringer, you got called out for asking about a ReachCast decal, and now
That's
Torkz,
right.
now Torkz and myself have to buy T-Ray emos next time he's in St. Louis. Which
guys
I
would do
wonder
that
if he'll
anyways.
even eat, because emos goes about 100% against his strict dieting.
Yeah, I was about to say, isn't Emo's like completely opposite of what his like healthy dieting is?
Yeah, he was giving Higby crap for eating a bacon-wrapped hot dog, and I'm like, sitting here going, emos.
Emos, really? Covered in
Not
what
even-
Provel cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can he have one slice?
yeah, one like
Do they have
2-inch
salad?
by 2-inch slice.
These
Yeah,
aren't
maybe.
like New York-style pizza slices. St. Louis-style pizza is, yeah, like Torkz just said, a 2-inch by 2-inch slice. Or you can take the little nub corner.
Oh yeah, you could go for the nub. Yeah,
See,
yeah.
we don't have anything like that up here in the Boston
Well, that's
area.
because St. Louis-style pizza is
In
not
St.
popular.
Louis.
It's different. It's different. Let's hold on before we go into like some hate debate about
I'm not-
about
you
pizza
know-
types.
I'm warming up to it. The more I stay in the city, the more I like it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. You got to kind of get used to
So
the cheese.
different.
The cheese is just different, and you got to get used to it. So,
Yeah. Jeez. But
Well, you know, he after SOE Live, I'm sure his diet's going to go out the window.
yeah, because he'll have like after the bat balls and dugout, he won't need to worry about the trim. Like around.
Yeah, he's
the-
only doing the diet so he can get into the Speedo.
no, I think he's always this way. Last time I was out in San Diego, he was like, "All right, we got to go eat somewhere healthy," and we went to like
for him.
He's prepping early. He's prepping early.
and he ate like nothing but veggies. He didn't eat any meat or anything. No
Good for him.
noodles.
Yeah, good for him. Anyways,
Good
go
for
on.
him indeed. Yeah, no, I was happy that I got the shout out. You know, there were so many questions flying through that channel. I'm surprised he even picked mine out of there. And I wasn't even on the
Because
ReachCast
he
account
hates
either.
us so much that he just saw it.
I wasn't even on the ReachCast account either. I was on the Deringer account,
Told you,
and
didn't
he still plucked it out. It was such a snide response too. I still think we do need ReachCast decals. Seriously.
Deringer, I still don't like you.
Yeah, he did say that. You know, I mean, why can't we have a purple, a blue, and a red decal? Just make it look like the MLG one. Bam! I want it on everything I own.
Hey, all we have to do is buy him an Emo's pizza, which is like $24, and that's totally worth it.
Which he's not even going to eat anyways.
Oh, he'll probably eat it. He's gonna give way to the diet to eat some Emos, I think.
Well, you guys do what you got to do. Hey, I mean, I think an Emo's pizza is probably a small enough price to pay to get some ReachCast decals out there. Hey, there's going to be a Planetside Universe decal, you know?
Seriously, we need some decals.
So, and a Planetside Universe decal is coming out at SOE Live.
Is
You
it
know?
really? I didn't.
Yeah, no, that's it. There's a little tidbit for everybody listening to the show. If you are actually attending SOE Live, go to Planetside Universe's page and sign up to attend their panel, because attendees will receive a decal for Planetside Universe for free. They can't guarantee that they will have additional decals to give out after SOE Live. So
Do I have to
make sure
sign
you-
up on the PSU page?
I said the same thing, but then I said, oh, wait, I'm going to be on the panel. And then Hama agreed. So I think we're probably covered.
Okay, cool.
All right. Next up, I was doing some trawling through the things that are going to be happening at SOE Live, and I don't think that this has gotten a lot of buzz. So I wanted to make sure to talk about this. So everybody who's attending SOE Live, they announced what the afternoon Planetside 2 event is going to be on Saturday. So Saturday, August 3rd from 3 to 5 p.m., they are having something called the Battle of the Lasers. And the blurb for it is, prove you have more than just virtual domination by taking over objectives in an epic on-site laser tag battle. Up to 3 people can join an outfit. laser tag. This is going to be epic.
And we are totally
Interesting.
playing the ReachCast outfit.
Yes. Yes, we definitely are.
I'm kind of dawning. I'm working on a mirror outfit right now.
Hey, don't steal my idea.
I have an obstacle course set up in my backyard that I've been training on daily for this.
You
Yeah.
can't talk about it on the episode. Those people are going to copy us.
Oh.
Yeah, be quiet.
No, I'm pretty stoked about this. And of course, when I saw it, the first thing I did was I jumped over and I said, "Oh my God, when's our panel? Oh my God, when's Hamma's panel?" So I didn't want to miss out on this. And at first, I thought it was right smack dab in the middle of our panel, and I was going to say no, because then we wouldn't get anybody to come to ours. But thankfully, it's Saturday afternoon. This will be after everybody's done with their hangovers from the pool party. So hopefully there's a good turnout for this battle of the lane.
Right. This is Operation Get Everyone Super Wasted so
Yes.
that they all have hangovers and we can just stomp them out at laser tag.
Yeah, you're going to be one of those ones with the super hangovers.
Yeah, I am.
All right, community question of the week.
Yeah, community question. We had a good question. A lot of good responses.
This is a really good question, actually. Much better than I expected when we actually...
Yeah, you were being a negative Nancy last week when we
Just didn't-
made this.
Well, honestly, I thought, how many people still don't have an outfit? But hey, thanks for proving me wrong, listeners. And I enjoyed reading through everybody's responses.
There were some really good ones. So, I'm just going to blast through these because there's a lot of responses. Some are kind of the same. So, basically, Rahabib had a really good response rate on his. He basically listed out 4 reasons, which are all going to be a part of what I'm saying. And a lot of people quoted his and say, yeah, pretty much nailed it on the head. So the big ones are time commitments. People don't want to have to make the time commitment to an outfit. People don't like the organization a lot of time. Military outfits are not ideal for everyone. They don't like strict leadership that dictates what class you have to play. Like, everyone go heavy when we're being sniped. Don't, like, I want to counter snipe them. It's going to be effective. But so the people don't like that. They don't like jumping through the hoops to join an outfit, filling out forms, applications, recruitment periods, and kind of a separate response to that particular one that I kind of put into the same thing as drill nights where you have to go do training crap, which I fully agree with. I don't like that either.
You know, that jumping through hoops one, I was very shocked to see one person say that some outfits require them to pay dues.
I didn't see that one. I must have missed it.
Yeah,
Pay
at
dues?
least
Pay
one or two
dues?
people said some outfits make them pay dues.
What is this, a fret?
Yeah, well, that confused me. I'm like, those outfits are really I got to create an outfit and get in on this.
I'm going to call my outfit Scientology. And I'm going to start. It's going to be
But
awesome.
I couldn't imagine that many outfits out there are actually collecting dues.
It's gotta
But
be one.
one person or one or two people definitely said that there are outfits out there that are collecting dues to have people stay in their outfit, and that just blew my mind.
That's crazy. So, yeah, I mean, what's this TeamSpeak server? $20 a month? If even? Anyways, moving on. Poor leadership is another big one. They don't like, a lot of people don't like, particularly people younger than them, what they would call kids, pretending to play army, which kind of has to go into that militaristic outfit. They don't like people pretending it's militaristic when no one in the leadership's been in the military, so it's kind of a joke.
And didn't that same person also say now that K-12 is out, it's just a mess?
Yeah. Yeah. And then they also don't like indecision amongst leadership. So a leader is sitting there going, oh, maybe we should do this. Oh, no, wait, do this. And it's just something they don't want to do. They just want to go to their spot and do their thing and kill people. So they don't like the chit-chat TeamSpeak. They don't want to hear about people's lunch or dogs and cats and puppy training.
Potty training your
Which I can
dog.
be guilty of. They don't like outfits that are run by friends, a group of like 5 to 10 friends that are always in the same squad together, and then no one else really gets any leadership or direction from those group of people, which I could totally see happening. They want to play with IRL friends, and this is actually one that's kind of like big for me, more along the lines of why I don't play Planetside, but it falls in line with this because my friends don't want to play Planetside, and I can't convince them to, because they don't like the fact that they feel the need to join an outfit in order to enjoy the game. So
I've been working on probably about a dozen people that I know IRL to play this game. I have a lot of friends in the game that have come from the game itself, but I cannot convince. I'm facing the same problems you are, Tom. I cannot get people to join this game to play.
None of my IRL friends, not a single one. 3 of them have tried it, and they're like, yeah, it's kind of fun, but they don't like that. And I've told them, I was like, well, finding battles has gotten easier, but they still don't like, they feel the need to have a outfit in order to really fully enjoy the game. And they kind of understand that is the issue, like playing alone.
Yeah. I've spent, I don't know how long, saying, hey, there's tons of outfits. You can get an outfit anywhere. And you'd be amazed at how much fun the game is once you do that. And it blows my mind.
I've gotten want to make like a new group of friends online, and my friends are that way.
And that's the thing is like it blew my mind that 9 times out of 10 I hear the response. I just don't want to try to have to worry about doing that. The littlest amount of commitment to do it, and you'd have a great time. But they don't even want to do that. So it's
Well, honestly, for those people, well, I'll get to it in a little bit actually. So one of my favorite responses too from all this was kind of gets into the whole metagame aspect, but it was it was by assist, and it said, I don't find that I need one. It'd be different if my goal in the game was to log in and take a base or take a continent, but taking bases happens far too often to be a real goal for me, and taking continents doesn't have any meaningful impact on the game. My goal in the game is to get as many kills as I can when I'm in game. I don't feel like I would get that many more kills if I were in an outfit, which I would say you get less kills when you're playing with an outfit than more. So I mean, it's just something that should be thought about. But so basically all these responses, the biggest thing I can say is, or the conclusion that I can really draw from all this, is that a lot of people don't really do the research that's necessary to find an outfit that fits them. Some people are saying they want outfits that are more casual. Some people are saying they want outfits that are more strict. And I mean, we've interviewed a dozen outfits yet. We're getting close if we haven't. And I can say that all these different types of outfits that people say they don't want to play the other outfit, like that they want to play with, essentially exist. They're out there. So you just have to do some research and find what you want, which kind of brings me, I don't know if it was Zib from IR, but someone Zib1911 or whatever had an idea that was essentially along the lines of there needs to be outfit listings in the game. That
was Zib from IR.
Okay, it was. I think this is a really good idea. I think if there was an outfit page where all the active outfits with X number of members or more, maybe put some sort of requirement on there so you just don't have a listing of meaningless outfits, and maybe put the bigger ones at the top or something, although that might be unfair for the smaller ones.
Well, you could have 4 filter criteria that make it really easy, like casual, hardcore, MLG aspirations or something like that.
Or size, just size. Or size,
yeah.
Some might not want to join a big outfit.
Size, do TS required. I mean, there's a lot of different criteria you could filter on that I think anybody that could quickly click through their criteria and say, I want XXX and X, could pop up a list of probably 5-10 outfits.
I just mean if you want to scroll down a list of all of them, what's the best way to exclude the ones where it's like 2 people, one guy just created an outfit? Because it's not like WoW where you need 10 people to create a guild. So maybe something is if the person took the time to fill out all the fields and what their outfit stands for, what they want to do with the outfit, are they casual, are they strict? Like if they filled out some form and then there were just an outfit listing in game, I think that would really help these players find outfits that fit what they want.
The only problem I see with that, I think it's a great idea. The only problem I see is that, let's say that goes on for a month and then that list becomes stagnant with a bunch of outfits that don't exist anymore.
Well, I mean, if the outfit disbanded, then
it disappears from the list.
But what if they just die out?
An activity level, like you could put an activity level filter, and if it said, X% of this outfit logs in every week.
Well, there's a lot of ways you can work around that. In short, I totally agree, considering how centric this game is around having a group of people to work with for it to be, this game is built around having a lot of people to play with and making it an organized fight, That's what separates it from other FPSs. So if you're going to do that, and that's what it's centered around, you need to include in-game utilities like that allow people to quickly find groups that fit their playstyles.
Yeah, and since there are no server forums, I think putting something in-game for outfits would be just above and beyond an improvement for the game.
I think we've proven, though, server forums or not, people don't like going out and looking or working at this.
Nope.
Like they don't. They don't want to.
If anything, this is proof of it. Yeah,
they want to click on a UI button and say, find an outfit that fits what I want, and hit a couple buttons, and boom, this is the list of people. Oh, that one's a cool name. Boom, there's my outfit. You know,
one that I want to fill out the forms for at least.
yeah.
Something else too I want to say before I forget, I'm sorry interrupting you, is for people like my friends that don't have the desire to like deal with the whole shenanigans of meeting people online, in all honesty, the bigger outfits like Devil Dogs, I do the podcast, I log into IR, and people I've never met before are like, oh, hey, how's it going? But like Devil Dogs, they're so big, no one knows about me. I log in, no one bothers me. But like, it's so big, you log in, you're never playing with the same people, almost ever. And so you don't have that, like, I mean, it's kind of a bad thing too, like, oh, there's a lack of camaraderie, like, but at the same time, it's kind of nice because you don't log into TeamSpeak and have people come and like ask how your day was and stuff like that. You just log in, join one of the squads, and start playing with them. And you log off whenever you want. Like you log in whenever you want. There's probably a squad. Log off whenever you want. I'm sure Azure Twilight has the same sort of thing. They're also very large.
Yeah, I mean, we can't totally directly make a parallel between our experience in the game and others, but yeah, I totally get what you're saying. Like, you can, depending on what the kind of play experience you want, there's so many outfits out there. There's so many people playing this game. There's got to be a way to filter.
Joining an outfit has a sense of commitment to it, and I think that is eliminated in some of the bigger ones where you can just log in and play in an open squad or an open outfit only squad anytime you want.
I guess, but I think that's an inherent part of playing an MMO of any kind.
Yeah, that's true. It is the camaraderie of meeting the people and talking to them.
Exactly. If you want to play an MMO and play it entirely lone wolf the entire time you're playing an MMO, you're missing out on a complete part of the whole aspect and the essence of an MMO. So why do it? Why not go play Battlefield or COD?
You don't have to talk to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see, if you're going to play an MMO FPS, it's supposed to be different than others in my mind, but we're killing that. We're driving this into the ground.
Yeah. I just want to say one thing before we wrap it up, because we'll get an email or a call or a tweet about it. Yes, we do know that outfit recruiting is on the roadmap for July, but we felt that it was worthwhile talking about this as well, because a lot of the stuff that we've mentioned is stuff that they do have potentially on the drawing board for this outfit recruiting update, which, like I said, they have listed as July as the second highest thing in July. But
if we just assume that they have all the ideas we just talked about and not say it, then who knows?
Anything we're listing, we don't know. If we knew all this stuff, we wouldn't talk about it, or we would say, honestly, it's.
We have heard nothing about outfit recruiting being updated in any of the, because we watch everything. We listen and we watch everything, and there's really been not a lot of buzz on outfit recruiting coming up. Not even on the new test patch notes that just came out or anything like that. So
before I go to next week's question, I think if any single change they can make this month, that would be the one that would be the most important to new players for the game. So I would strongly suggest anybody listening in this that is what you should shoot for as your priority. I know you want to get balance, I know you want to get ESFs, I know you want to get these other things that current players need, and I agree with you, but there are a lot of new players I see joining the game every day that are arguing and complaining that they won't stick with the game because they can't find people to play with. So, that's my suggestion. This week's question for everybody out there, this community question for this week is, what camos have you already bought, everyone out there, and which ones do you actually find yourself using, and why? Is it because the terrain around you matches your camo, as you would imagine would make sense? Or maybe because you want to stick out? Or you want to look more like your enemy so they shoot, themselves, or whatever the case may be. Which camos have you bought? Why? And which ones do you find yourself using? So, that's this week's community question. We'll put it up on all the normal places. With that being said, we are on to Community Clash.
Prepare yourselves! This is the ReachCast Community Clash.
Well, last week we had a small, laid-back community clash on Connery as new conglomerate with some of our loyal listeners. Nothing super spectacular happened, except at the end it really just devolved into a contest to see how long it would take Noxx to get a flare gun kill. And let's just say it took a long, long, long time.
I hit so many people at that damn thing before I finally got the kill.
Have you gone out and watched It's Murda's YouTube video on it?
I was like a little jealous that
that's some excellent work.
And find entire squads of just the dumbest people in the entire world. Like, I never have once encountered anybody where I can shoot a teammate in the back and he doesn't turn around and kill me. The guy that's next to him. I thought the same thing. And this guy, It's Murda, just walks up and takes out 8 people. Like, they just stupid. They're so stupid. Where's those patches of idiots on my servers?
I noticed that they were. I hate to say, I noticed they were mostly Vanu.
They were all Vanu.
So, kind of feel bad about that, but hey.
Oh, they looked like absolute morons. I mean, I sound like a jerk saying it, but let's be serious.
You're right. He would knife them.
They wouldn't do anything.
They wouldn't even move. There was one medic I saw keep rezzing people.
Yeah.
Just like, plink.
Just. It's out of control. I've
really
never had that.
It's a good video, though, if anybody wants to know how to get your pyro title with the flare gun. Look up It's Murda's YouTube video on his flare gun. He gives a lot of good tips and tactics on how he did it and how he got 666 kills in one day. So, good stuff. Good stuff.
Alrighty. Now we are on to a second iteration of ReachCast Bug Report.
Is this going to be a stand-up fight, sir, or another bug hunt?
It's a bug hunt. What exactly are we dealing with here?
ReachCast Bug Report.
ReachCast Bug Report. Still love that thing. So, there's been a lot of talk about a no damage bug from what I understand. I know you've been talking about it a lot, Deringer.
Ugh, I'm getting sick of it, honestly.
So, it happened a lot to me, but something I noticed the other day is that it was only happening when I had the fireworks gun as my sidearm. As strange as it sounds, that I started using the commissioner because I got lazy and didn't want to swap all my loadouts, and I stopped having the problem. And I noticed while I was using the fireworks gun as my sidearm, to fix the problem, all I would do is switch to it, fire a rocket or a firework, and then go back to my main gun, and my hits would register again. So, yeah, I think it has to do with the firework gun.
Well,
it's my theory.
After you said that, I went and tested it, and it didn't work for me.
Wait, you shot the firework gun and you didn't?
Yes.
Did you hit someone with it?
No, but I bounced it off walls. I
hit a teammate
friendlies.
with it.
Yeah, I hit friendlies. I didn't hit enemies with it,
really?
And it still happened. I think what
Maybe I was getting lucky.
You might have been, but I think it was the desyncing issue was hitting me again. I stupidly assumed that the desyncing issue was gone, and I went into my AI suite and turned my monitoring back on, which I turned off ages ago when there was that desyncing issue, because honestly I was kind of concerned about my PC not being fully monitored, and I just wanted to make sure nothing was going wrong. And I realized afterwards that after I turned that back on is when all these issues started happening. Now, granted, I turned it back off and then was playing on Connery earlier this evening, and Connery was a mess. So who knows what it is?
I have zero monitoring stuff happen on, and I had issues with the registration. But
I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows what's going on. I mean, there's also talk about memory leaks that devs aren't admitting are going on, and all kinds of other stuff like that.
Memory leaks aren't exactly like, oh yeah, let's just go and fix that.
Yeah, no, I know. So I think it really comes down to it's happening in game. Try Noxx's fix if it happens to you. If that doesn't work,
shoot a teammate. You might have to shoot a teammate. If
that doesn't work, I found logging out and logging back in fixes it. And if you just Control-Alt-Delete it and crash yourself out, and then rejoin the game, you won't leave your squad or your platoon or anything. You'll come right back to where you were, and you just hit insert and drop on your squad leader.
I would love to hear some calls and emails about what kind of problems you guys are seeing with the client right now, because I've seen countless little things that I cannot replicate to save my life, but they're not obviously intended problems. Like, I'll see a client crash this time. I'll see what I would think is a memory leak inherently, and I'll see a crash, but I can't replicate it the next session I start. So I would love to hear from your guys from the community. I
can replicate crashing from physics.
Well, that's one thing, but I'm talking about replicating. Like, I've done QA testing with stuff and replication, and I walking through steps isn't a problem, but I can't replicate these things. If I could, I would be talking about them right now. But I would just love to hear what kind of problems you guys are having with the client right now and the game in general, so that we can get these things passed on to the devs, so they can kind of optimize the client a little bit.
If you aren't making support bug reports,
yeah, obviously, if you're not putting bug reports in game, that's another thing. If you want to get above and beyond that and tell us. And obviously put them in the forums, put them wherever you can. We'd love to hear them as well. So, with that being said, you guys have anything else?
I got
Nope. Okay, good, bad, and the OP.
Have another drink on me, soldier.
Okay, thank you kindly.
If you can look hard enough past all the death and all the sorrow, there are good things. You must remember that we will overcome the good, the bad, and the overpowered.
What's going on, guys? Okay, my good for the week is all my parts for my new PC are ordered except for my CPU, and I'm stoked about seeing the game in a little bit higher res. So yeah, that's my good for the week. My bad, I'm seeing game crashes consistently with G12. I've put in reports of the little ones I've seen, but I can't replicate them, so I'm not able to really expand on that.
I think you said, like me, you crash on exit every time, right?
I do.
How do you report that one when you're not even in game?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like, okay.
I think everyone has that problem.
Yeah.
And I don't even call it crashing. When I hit exit, the game client hangs.
Yeah, it dies.
And, whether you want to call that a crash or not, but...
Well, I get the message saying Planetside 2 has stopped responding.
Oh, I don't even get that. I just get
that.
I get the process, the PID will hang, and it'll just sit there. And it'll consume the same amount of memory it was as though it was running the client, but it won't clear itself. So, who knows? I get that every time, though. That is something I can replicate, but I don't consider that an in-game client problem. That's why I don't bother with it.
That's a tough cookie.
Yeah, that's a tough cookie. All right, go on, Terrence.
My good was that, like I said earlier, I participated in Echo 5 Romeo's Stream to Beat Cancer on Friday night, along with Operation Elite Gaming, the Dragon Wolves, Imperial Reach, and NC Spec Ops. We had a good time. The OEG guys, there's a good group of guys there, I have to say. I had never heard of them, and I just kind of glommed onto Echo through all the stuff that was posted on the forums and some tweets as well, that I saw that he was working to raise some money for the Wounded Warrior Project and the American Cancer Society. And the American Cancer Society is kind of near and dear to me, with my mom who survived cancer, so I really wanted to just do what I could to help out. So I live streamed with him, gave away some dog tags, and he raised a total of $345 during the stream. So last year he raised $35. So I think he did really well, and I was glad to kind of help out and be a part of it. And a big thanks to everyone who was in the chat room and playing with us that night. Now, my bad. The no-hit bug is really affecting me roughly every hour that I play. It even happened while I was live streaming on the Stream to Beat Cancer. It is very annoying, and all I can say right now is that they are lucky that a Steam game hasn't come on sale that I want. Otherwise, I'd probably go be playing that instead of Planetside 2 for a
How
while.
has not a single game you want not been on sale?
I just haven't seen any. Well, I keep saying I want Borderlands 2 to come down to 75% off, so I
It
can
went
save
up
another
to
dollar.
33% off.
I know. I still have my fingers crossed.
It's not going to happen, buddy.
It might.
No, I don't think it will.
It might. Well, worst case, they always at the end offer
Because its
everything
initial $10 price was the community choice. That's only 6 hours, and then it became the whole day for that same price, and then now it's up.
Well,
so you're done.
Oh well, my loss. I'll just pick it up on Amazon, a month from now when they offer that in the season pass for $20.
Euro Truck Simulator, on the other hand, might be $10 soon. So
no, I voted for Euro Farm Simulator instead.
Farming Simulator?
Yes. Just because.
All right, we moving on then.
Yeah, it's all you.
All right, so my good is playing with Noxx on Friday. That was tons of fun. It kind of made me want to play competitive Planetside, but I really don't have the time to play competitive anything. So I think I might just abuse my ReachCast status to play with guys like TIW and them whenever I feel like it. just to have some organized fun every now and then.
I have a question. You guys keep saying Nuck. What does Nuck stand for?
We don't know. We don't know what it stands for.
No.
I'll find out this week and I'll tell you so that we're all on the same page. I don't remember what it stands for.
You can't even take a guess.
It stands for not undercool.
No ucking clue.
I don't know. I have no clue what it stands for.
That's good. Okay. I can look it up myself. Just wonder if you guys knew.
I think we're going to just go no ucking clue. That's a good one.
There you go.
All right. So my bad is, speaking of time, to not play competitive Planetside. I don't have time. I want more time. So if anyone knows how to slow the spinning of the Earth down to 20-hour days, work on that, please. That's all. Awkward silence.
All right, on to the mailbag.
Oh, it's a perfect morning. Great timing, the mailman's just coming.
Morning. Where's the mail? Big bag.
Must have been very good weather. Very strange.
I wonder what that's about.
What's the sticking sound? Going to take a look here in this bag of mail.
Bag of mail.
Oh no.
That C4 has a flashlight on it.
Now just open the ReachCast mail bag.
Yeah, that bumper is totally out of date now. He would totally see that blinking light and he would toss that bag.
Oh, what's this explosive? It's got a huge flashlight on it. I can see it everywhere. All right.
I hear that and I just see that creepy clown picture now.
Oh my gosh, that picture was creepy as could be. I had nightmares about it. My child had nightmares. He didn't even see it. All right,
Is that creepy?
Is that creepy? All right, first call.
Hey, ReachCast, this is Tick from Imperial Reach. Your Google Voice thing threw me off at first. I'm just calling to bring to light a horrible bug in Planetside as we know it. I was enjoying a good fight on Indar with a few good folks, going vanguards and having a good battle against the NC. Then without warning, I started seeing purple on my screen. I immediately alt-tabbed to check the temp on my video card, but the temperatures and everything seems fine. I tabbed back in, and it turns out the purple stuff had been given vehicles, aircraft, and weapons. So listen, guys, I know you have to hear it from an SOE, and, if you could just talk to them about this and get this bug removed ASAP, that would be great. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
I like it.
It's awesome.
Get out of here, Deringer. You're off the show.
I know. Does he realize that if we get rid of Vanu, that I will be gone from the show? I mean, I'm sure there's a few people out there that still enjoy listening to my voice and the commentary I have for this game every week.
So let's roll back to like the past. Tom, NC player. Me, TR player. You, turncoat. Tom, NC player. Me, TR player. You, turncoat. I'm sure you'll find somewhere else to go.
Do we want to play this game, Mister? Who said to me a few days ago, "I am done with Terran Republic. I'm switching."
As I say that, I'm playing with Nuck and playing with Imperial Reach and playing like every other.
Talking about how awesome the Rhino is the other day too, and how much after how much I've spouted out about how much I hate TR guns.
All right,
Rhino.
Our first email is from Mass BTS. He says, "Hey guys, just emailing in to comment on the community question. I lone wolfed for a long time because I was under the impression that all outfits were super serious business and I wasn't interested in that kind of play. I did eventually find PCYS, a good laid-back outfit that is... I don't know, I wonder what that stands for. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
I know. It's purple clad... something... Purple cyan soldiers? Cyan soldiers?
Alright, well, I did eventually find PCYS, a good laid-back outfit that is kind of a midpoint of casual and serious, which I hope you guys don't mind if I plug a bit. Not at all, man. Hopefully we got that name right. If anyone in Connery VS is interested, join us for some public squad/platoon play and check out the site, pcys.engine.com. And engine is spelled E-N-G-I-N. E-N-G-J-I-N.com. If you guys
Good God.
Been to engine site
PCYS.ENJIN.com.
Obviously, my
all right. Reading comprehension.
Reading comprehension
through the roof here. Next email is from Kevert. He says, "I listen to your show at work every week, and I never remember to thank you. So thank you for doing the show. And unfortunately, I can't answer the community questions as I have been an Outfit X since beta. I do think that Sony needs to add more things to point new users to outfits in game. So Kevert, this show is for you."
Holy crap, he shares the same sentiment that we have. It's amazing.
Everything that we just talked about.
All right, next email, Dropset. Nick, a.k.a. Dropset on Matheson. I'm a new Planetside 2 player, 2 months. Decided to play because of the esports scene. So he's a competitive player. What are your thoughts on having a queue for battle islands where they would be an instance 48-48 battles similar to how the queue for Battleground and WoW? I don't have lots of time to play, and joining an outfit doesn't work as I get booted out after a week because of low activity.
So we've talked about this. Well, sorry, go ahead, Tom. I apologize.
I was going to say that there will not be a 48, like a 48v48 queue. They've said that before because they don't want these things to take away from playing on playing the game real, because then if your MLG outfits are going to just do nothing but queue over and over and over, and they'll never play the game in the real world, and the game doesn't exist without players in the real world. So I would not expect to see something like that, but if they do something like that, I would imagine you'd have a cooldown, like maybe a once a week or once every couple days sort of thing, like a WoW instance, if you're an organized group at least.
Yeah, I think giving people the opportunity to practice is good, but the problem is if you take away a majority of the player base, you're going to have problems with the aspect of the rest of the people playing the game.
And they have spoken in the past about having monthly type tournaments, online tournaments, where there's not really a reward, but where players can play in the MLG setting on these battle islands as they are released.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm going to be the contrary voice on this and say I really like that idea. I wish they would allow us to queue for battle islands like that, because I'm worried that without a queue system like that to let me play at some time, I'm never going to see the battle islands.
Well, they did talk about a way of implementing them based on continent control, which means you would always see them because you're VS and you guys always control continents on Connery.
Well, we are awesome, so.
But I wouldn't mind a queue system as long as there was some sort of cooldown associated with being able to use the battle island.
So this is my problem with this. Even if and I know that I'm not in favor of the instanced queue for that, but at the same time, I see a lot of these MLG outfits that have aspirations of playing in MLG, finding ways to always wait and know when these, to fight over these battle islands consistently, and being excluded from the battle anyways because they're always finding that to be centered on, So, I think they need to introduce a couple of them so that we can see how they tie in with with continent capturing and everything else before we can really say if that's going to happen. I'm really interested to see the gameplay style of a lot of these MLG outfits a couple weeks after they're released, to see if people really center on them and it kind of messes with the rest of the gameplay of everyone else, or if it's good. So,
that's another funny thing. We had a good discussion about that, talking to Das Envol as well. So.
We did, yeah. So it'll be a lot of these good MLG questions we're kind of talking about there. Next email we had to go on. Cal says, good day all. Thank you for the ReachCast podcast. I find it very entertaining and informative. Thank you, sir. I've only been playing Planetside 2 for a week or so. Another newbie.
Wow.
I think this really sticks to the point we were saying earlier. Repeat earlier.
Do we need to make another noobs ReachCast University, maybe?
You know what we need to do? Instead of putting in episodes, we need to make like a series so people can go back and find like a specific series of those.
Yeah, the problem is the information changes.
Yeah. Well, that's true too.
I don't know that we really need to do this anymore with all the
new tutorials and
with
stuff.
the tutorials that are out there.
Right.
The tutorials are supposed to be really good, and I mean they've even got additional stuff coming out on the test patch for next round to add even more stuff like destroying vehicles and stuff like that. So I don't even know if we need to do that.
SOE did a great job about the tutorials. I totally agree on that. We're killing this email though. So thank you guys for ReachCast podcast. I find it very entertaining and informative. I've only been playing Planetside 2 for 2 weeks, but I am enjoying the big battles and the mix of infantry vehicles and aircraft. I play on Briggs, and I'm in a small outfit on NC who have been very supportive for a complete newbie. That's good. I'm glad to hear you found somebody that helps you out. I currently play as an engineer with the intention of flying aircraft. However, I'm finding the complexity of the engineering class and aerial combat quite high, and I'm thinking about taking a step back. So 2 questions for the hosts. 1, what do you think would be a good class to learn the game on, or learn the game basics on? And my squad leader suggested an infiltrator with a sniper rifle to learn enemy silhouettes and game mechanics. So let's stop there. Question 1, what do you think would be a good class to learn the game on?
Medic.
Engineer.
I would have to say medic. I would have to stick with medic as well.
Medic gives you, if you sit back and heal and res people, you're really going to get a feel, if you're paying attention, you're going to get a feel for ineffective, effective pushes. You're going to kind of understand when, like, if you're paying attention, like I said, that if 10 guys all push at once and it works, like, kind of, you're going to know when to follow, when to not, when it's appropriate. You'll get a better understanding of infantry battle flow if you're playing as a medic, I think, just observing. But infiltrator is also not a bad idea in terms of the silhouettes, although I don't really know. Like,
I don't think silhouettes matter that much in this game.
I've honestly never had a problem shooting enemies. Very few times, even despite like flipping between all 3 factions on a fairly regular basis. I don't find myself shooting teammates that often, unless they're walking in front of me, which I can't help.
Yeah. Why don't you go next, Deringer? Why you say engineer?
I say engineer, and if we're talking a strict want to earn the most certs and rank up, then medic is definitely the way to go.
Well, he's saying learn the game, not
right. Well, I know
up.
that, and that's why I want to clarify that. The reason I say engineer instead, I worry that if you go medic, that you're going to be focusing too much on healing and rezzing people, and you're not going to get that extra aspect of shooting people as much.
If you're a bad medic.
Well, no, hold on. He's voicing exactly what I was going to say in a second. Go on with what you're saying, Deringer.
If you're playing an engineer, you're still going to be repairing turrets, you're still going to be repairing vehicles, and you're also going to be shooting people a lot. And I think the engineer goes hand in hand with the second question as well.
Okay, well, before we go to the second question, I think both Tom and Mark are both right. Both Noxx and Deringer are correct. And I think if you really want to get a good sense of how the game flows, you need to play both medic and engineer. And you need to play... And the reason I say that is you can play medic to really get a good understanding of how infantry battle flow works. Stay close to the middle to back lines. Shoot more than you heal, but heal when necessary so that you can understand so the people around you can continue to help you work towards what a group composition battle flow will look like in the game. Find a group of people that are tight knit that can help you understand, which sounds like you already have. And then on the other hand, play an engineer to understand the vehicle battle flow. You will play support in the same role you would as a medic, but you will hopefully work with an outfit that will move in formations so you can understand how vehicles are effective on the battlefield and when they're not. And that will kind of help you. I think, honestly, if you play back a little bit from the front lines consistently and see where people die, how people die, and how vehicles die and how vehicles are, when they're effective and when they're not, you can kind of get a good feel about what the game is about, in my opinion. So, question number 2. You said, what aircraft would be good aircraft to start with? Currently, I'm flying a Reaver and can do banking turns and reversing, but is a Liberator more forgiving and therefore a better place to start? ? So, Tom, go ahead and keep starting.
Just flying around is fine. Combat flying is the hardest thing in this game, without a doubt, and I don't have the patience to learn it. And if you watch those YouTube videos, guys like Solex can do some absolutely phenomenal things in the air where you're just mind-boggling. And I know there's other guys that can do it too. It's not like he's just the one who showed me. But if you're is Liberator more forgiving? I don't know. I think the Reaver's fine. It's good to fly everything, but fly what you're going to fly. If you're going to fly a Reaver and you want to get good at it, fly a Reaver. But it's going to be rough combat flying. It's not easy. You're going to have some patience.
Especially if you've only been playing for a week or two. You just don't have the certs to take care of your Reaver.
That especially.
I don't have anything to add. I mean, Noxx is dead on.
Okay. I kind of agree with Noxx as well. If you want to fly ESFs, Empire-specific fighters, and you being NC, you want to fly a Reaver, then fly a Reaver. My suggestion with that is don't fall back on the crutch of using air-to-air rockets. You go using increased afterburners, and use your anti-air, your anti-air
rotary cannon. The rotary cannon.
Your rotary cannon. Yeah, sorry. Thank you for reminding me, Tom. Use your rotary. Buy a rotary, either with certs or with cash, and use your extra afterburners and learn how to lead, learn how to engage, learn how to disengage, and
search for videos too. I think there's a lot of good videos on the tricks and tips of dogfighting.
You know what? There's a couple guys we've been talking to, and there's a guy specifically I think I'm going to get on for a kind of a ReachCast U for how to kind of effective starting strategies on how to dogfight. But for the moment, Cal, just use additional afterburners, use your front rotary cannon, and get down the basics on how to dogfight, how to engage, how to disengage, and how to lead your targets. Those are probably some of the most effective pieces. So, anything else, guys, to add to that before we go on the next one?
No.
Nope. I think the only thing I want to say is I agree with what you said. Don't fall into the trap of picking up air-to-ground rockets as well.
I said air to air.
You did say air to air, but I'm saying the same thing with air to ground, because then you just turn into a lolpod noob who's just going after easy kills on the ground. If you really want to learn to dogfight, I guess that's the question: are you looking to dogfight? Or are you looking to just lolpod people? If you're just looking to lolpod people, then whatever. But if you're looking to dogfight, definitely rotary cannon and get the extra afterburner stuff.
Or just don't lolpod people, because they're actually very good for killing Liberators.
I think if you start going down the road of lolpod, you're just going to continue to lolpod, because that's all I do.
I tend to agree with Mark. If you go lolpod, you stay lolpod.
Yeah, that's me. I always want to dogfight, but I always go back to lolpodding.
Once you go lolpod, you never go back.
That's basically it. So don't be like me.
Yeah, it's like lolpod Pringles. Once you pop, can't stop.
Let's go on to the next email. Next email is from Jeremy. He says, thanks for another great show. I was thinking about what the Infiltrator could use against vehicles, and I think this would be cool. He linked a YouTube video to us, and at one point in the video, a guy pulls out a crossbow and shoots it at the back of a truck. And when the crossbow bolt hits, it kind of pops a thing out the end of it, and he says, I think this would be good if it slowed down the vehicle and also slowed down the fire rate and reload speed. If the number of points of the projectile affected the amount it slowed the vehicle, this could be very rewarding for accurate players. 4 points on the corners and 1 in the middle. Similar to anti-tank mines, max rank of the repair tool could disable the device or it could stop working over a period of time. Keep up the good work. So again, he's just giving us another idea of something that an infiltrator could use for anti-tank stuff. And it's not a bad idea, actually. You know, if you're
replace the recon tool with it, that isn't a bad idea. You have another option.
Can you imagine how much of a nightmare that would be to implement?
People would be raging. Implementing. I'm thinking if you get hit with that, people will be raging.
Oh yeah, totally.
The fire speed, or even if the vehicle itself got slowed down as because of it.
Oh yeah, I mean like what do you want to call it, a hack tool or like whatever. I mean, I can totally see what you're saying. And
how would you remove it, though, is the question.
Oh, my gosh. That would be
You could have an engineer.
Well, so
can disable it.
The recon darts last for 30 seconds? No, more than that. They're like 3 minutes. I don't know. I can't remember how long the recon darts last. But you can just do a decreased timer for the darts.
If you put things on timer, it becomes too much of like an RPG ability, if you ask me.
Well, how so?
Rather than... Because why would if you shot a dart with a tank with some dart that slowed it down, why would it just stop working after 30 seconds?
The battery ran out of power.
It's a crappy battery.
Crappy battery.
I don't know.
That's your best argument about that. All I'm saying is that you have a limited amount of ammo already inherent in the game mechanics, right? If you're not going to be able to spam this, I think spamming that would cause a problem. I think using that in place of a sensor dart makes sense, considering there's no other tool utility for a sniper right now, or for an infiltrator right now. So it makes the most sense in the slots that need to be filled with infiltrator at the moment. I think there might need to be some tweaks made to exactly how it functioned, but I like the inherent idea that you would somehow interfere with a vehicle's operation with this tool. Instead of finding infantry, you would interfere with vehicles. So it's a good trade-off. You either do vehicles or you do infantry. It's the same with an NG, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I want to move on from this.
You really don't like this, do you? Okay.
No, I like the idea. It's a good idea. Don't get me wrong.
I hate this email.
It's a good idea.
Let's go to everybody's friend Wolf07 then.
Wolf07? He finally figured out how we can fix spawn camping. It's so simple and easy, you won't believe what I just told you. This will definitely fix spawn camping for good. And all we need to do is put asterisks. Sorry, this part is the message. The message got corrupted and deleted in the process of being sent to you. Hopefully it wasn't important. So
I believe we just got trolled.
I did. I think so.
And not only did we get trolled, we read the entire troll out in its length. So
at least I didn't read asterisk, 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 like the ventriloquist command.
Asterisk, yeah. Thank you, Wolf07. I appreciate your email troll that we had to read ourselves out loud. If you could MP3 us next time, record it somewhere and send us an MP3, maybe the troll be more effective. Yeah.
And then you're like, oh,
be amazing. All right, so thank you for the show. Since we've drugged this show out beyond belief,
there was good stuff in this show today.
It was very.
There was. I just feel like we kind of were a little bit long-winded.
This may be a long show, but there's a lot of good stuff, and Ak will appreciate it.
Yeah, this drive. I feel for that guy. So Trite07, Rahabib, Assist, Kaylee J, Gatekeeper, Octavian AX5, Lay Z, interesting, Fetter, Entity, I guess is what that is. Bine, Zib, Coffeehound, Borpith, Buddha1231, Elton Bong, nice, Elton Bong, a nameless pair of hands, I know who that is. The Dismal626, Locknars, Mike Numbers, Interslayer, Stormtrooper Dave, I like that name, Muda99, Dunt Supple, or that can't be the way that's pronounced.
It's Dunt Supple instead of Stunt Double.
Oh, yeah, I get the joke now. Dunt Supple,
I think it's
Wolf07.
supposed to be stubble. I might have forgotten to put.
Is there a T there?
I might have
Okay,
forgot.
Dunce Stubble.
Or
Wolf07, Jeremy Cal, Dropset, Kevert, and Mass BTS. Thank you all for your feedback on the community question and your emails and calls and everything else. Contact info for the show. Website for the show is ReachCastShow.com. Twitch is ReachCast. Steam group, ReachCast, believe it or not. Email, ReachCastShow@gmail.com. You can call us. We have a phone number. I have a phone next to me, but it doesn't have that phone number. 415-787-3224. Again, that is 415-78-REACH, REACH. And Twitter for the show, ReachCast Show. It's like it sounds. My Twitter is ReachCast Torkz, ReachCast TORKZ. Tom?
NOXXIA, baby.
Mark?
I am at the Deringer, THEDERINGER.
And thank you always for the rest of the ReachCast crew that is not on the show but helps out. Steve, our sound guy. Cliff, our web admin. John, our marketing director. Jenny Boo and Hammer from PSU. Thank you everybody for the for helping us out with the show each week. It's all about you guys as much as us. And have a good week. Take care.
See you guys.
See you later.
That's right, Sergeant. You made the call. All right, soldiers. You've done a great job here today. Let's get our stuff and get the hell out of here.